Thanks, Nimrit. Here's what's new in sports. We have breaking news in the NHL. The Vegas Golden Knights have fired head coach Gerard Gallant. Gallant was the very first coach of the franchise and led the team all the way to the Stanley Cup final in 2017, their inaugural season. Gallant has been replaced by former San Jose Sharks head coach Peter Dubois, who was fired from the Sharks in December. Gallant is yet to address the situation. 5 Canadian teams were in action last night. The Toronto Maple Leafs bounced back against the New Jersey Devils with a 7-4 win. Austin Matthews had his second career hat trick in the game, his first since his debut game in 2016. For the Devils, Blake Coleman led the way with a hat trick of his own. Staying in Ontario, the Ottawa Senators were at home for a close loss against the Chicago Blackhawks last night, losing 3-2 in OT. Chicago stars Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane combined for 5 points, while former Leaf Connor Brown stood out for the Sens with 2 points of his own. In an all-Canadian matchup, the Winnipeg Jets took on the visiting Vancouver Canucks. Goaltender Connor Hellebuyck set a franchise record for career shutouts with the Jets in a 4-0 victory. Forward Kyle Connor continued his breakout season for the Jets with 2 goals and an assist. Moving west, the Edmonton Oilers were at home against the Nashville Predators on Tuesday. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were dominant once again, with each star scoring 3 points for the Oilers. Their efforts lifted the team to a 4-2 win. In soccer news, Joe Waterman became the first Canadian Premier League player to be transferred to a major league on Tuesday. Waterman signed a 2-year contract with the Montreal Impact with options for 2022 and 2023. The defender played in 28 games for the Cavalry FC of the CPL in 2019, helping them finish at the top of the standings. Conor McGregor is back in the octagon this weekend at UFC 246. McGregor will be taking on UFC veteran Donald Cowboy Cerrone in his return. This will be McGregor's first fight since losing to lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov in October of 2018. McGregor was suspended for 6 months following the loss after a brawl broke out between his team and Nurmagomedov's at UFC 229 in Las Vegas. McGregor also faced multiple legal issues in his time off, including an incident where he punched an elderly man in Ireland. He will look to reclaim his status in the octagon Saturday night. Raptors will be back on the court tonight to take on Canadian point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The two teams met previously in Toronto in late December, with the Thunder winning a razor-thin 98-97 game. Raptors center Marcus Hull will make his return after missing the last 12 games with a hamstring injury. The Raps will be looking to improve to 26 wins in their 40th game. And to the gridiron, a trip to the Super Bowl is on the line this weekend as the AFC and NFC championship games will be held on Sunday. In the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs take on the underdog Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs are coming off a 21-point comeback over the Houston Texans last week. The Titans have been the story of the NFL playoffs as they knocked off the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens and last year's champ, the New England Patriots. The NFC Championship will go down between the Green Bay Packers and San Francisco 49ers. Superstar quarterback Aaron Rodgers will look for his second Super Bowl appearance in his long career, while the 49ers will look to capitalize on home field. And for your Humber Hawks, the men's and women's volleyball teams play at home versus Sheridan tonight. The men will look to maintain their undefeated season, while the women will look to improve to 9-2. The men's team is currently sitting as the number 1 seed in Ontario and number 3 nationally, while the women's team is seeded 3rd provincially and 15th in Canada. That's what's making news now in sports. Back to you, Nimrit.